Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Movie Critic Rob here with the Movie Channel, and I know that you're halfway expecting me to talk about Moana, but I did not go see Moana tonight, although I know a ton of people did because the line at the theater was just huge. However, I didn't go see Moana. I went to go see Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. And I wanted to take a look at it. I actually enjoyed the first outing, Jack Reacher, and I like a movie by the director, Edward Zwick, who is was also a movie that he collaborated with Tom Cruise on. I'm of course talking about The Last Samurai. If you know me, you know that The Last Samurai is one of my favorite of the Tom Cruise films. I think it's one of my favorites of all time. It's really up there. I really enjoy it. Just the time that it takes to build character and everything else about it. But we're not here to talk about The Last Samurai, although I could do a video just on The Last Samurai alone. We're here to talk about Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, the second team up of Edward Zwick and Tom Cruise. How does this hold up to their first collaboration, or how does it hold up to the first movie in the series, or how does it hold up in the whole scheme of action movies going, that are out there? I think, to be honest, I'm not going to lie and say that it's not like every other movie out there, because there's a lot of aspects that are just like every other movie out there, every other action movie. However, one of the things that I appreciated about this movie is that it takes its time and it takes the effort to do something special with it. The ending of this movie, which I won't give away here because it's a non-spoiler review, is great, and it went against the grain of what you'd expect from this kind of a film. And I appreciated the fact that Edward Zwick, as well as the creative team around this movie, took the time to do something that is unconventional in this genre. And I would say this, I would venture even to say this, that without the ending played out like it did, this movie would have fallen into just another action movie. But because it did what it did, it elevated it just that much more, which makes the difference. I did enjoy Tom Cruise as Jack Reacher. It doesn't get old watching him in action movies. It really doesn't. And I hope that he keeps making them because he's really good at it. But the standout of this movie, besides the little girl, which you'll meet in the movie and how she plays into it all, I'm not going to give it away here, is Cobie Smulders. If you are a fan of How I Met Your Mother, or are a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, in which she plays Agent Maria Hill, you know who Cobie Smulders is. And I really enjoyed watching her on the screen. She definitely has chemistry with Tom Cruise, and I really enjoyed watching them. The scenes that they had together, the scenes that they bickered a little bit, and the scenes that they worked together, I thought they were really, really strong together, and I really hope to see her, especially in more Jack Reacher films going forward. But I really like the ensemble of of them two, as well as the surrounding characters. Even though a lot of them, they fall into that abyss of forgettable action movie bad guys, or action movie minions, or but it was good. And with these movies, what I've come to know and what I've come to understand, and when a movie bucks this trend, I tend to notice, but this movie kind of fell into that chasm of the movie's there to get us to action scenes, and that's it. Now, I will say this, with this movie, it was that movie for me, it was that kind of a movie up until the ending, because the ending really, like I said, it elevated it that much more beyond what the casual movie would do, what the normal action movie would do, and it was different, and I appreciated it. It did not end on a note that you think it's going to end on. It ended on a much better note, and that's all I'm going to say about the ending, because I really don't want to give it away, but it's worth to note that it took the effort to be different, and I applauded that. I did not feel the way I thought I was going to feel while leaving this movie. And I liked that about it because it surprised me. It didn't do what Batman v Superman did and put my expectations, threw them in the garbage, and lighted it on fire in a bad way. It surprised me by going over and above my expectations, which were, I have to admit, pretty low. So I think if you watch this movie with the expectations I had going in, and I try not to have any expectations for a movie, but with this kind of movie, the kind of movie that it's just an action movie, okay. You go in there with those kind of expectations. I think everybody that watches movies goes into this kind of movie with those kind of expectations, especially today where we have so many of these mindless action movies. But this one, because it elevated itself throughout, yes, it did things throughout, but especially the ending, it made it that much better. Which brings me to an interesting thought, which I've been thinking about this for a while. I think I've actually watched a few videos about it. I don't know where, but I just remember seeing it. But does a movie that kind of is okay, but then give you a great ending, is that movie better than the movie that gives you a great movie and a bad ending? And I leave that up to you guys in the comments because I really want to see what you guys think about this. For me, I honestly believe that I would sit through a movie and I would end up enjoying the movie if the ending, the payoff, was good. And I think that every movie I've seen that I've liked, that, I sat there and I had predetermined expectations for, even though I say I don't, but, everybody kind of does. I've enjoyed it, and I've watched it more and more and more. And I think that rings true, at least for me, where you can watch a movie that's, it's okay. But because of the ending, and the ending was so good, and maybe it sidestepped your expectations, or it completely blew your expectations out of the water, whatever it is. But the ending was so good that you ended up really liking a movie that, for all intents and purposes, would have been just another mediocre, subpar film. And I think this movie did that. And I think this Edward Zwick and the creative team behind this movie did that because they knew that, hey, you need something. You need a payoff for your audience. And I think that if movies thought that way, make good movies. Don't get me wrong. I want good movies. But if you know that it's an action movie, you're cashing a paycheck, go out of your way a little bit, please, and give the ending a little spice. Because it goes a long way for us that have to sit through a 2-hour, 1.5 hour, 2.5 hour movie if your ending and your payoff is great, even though the 2 hours getting to the payoff or 1 hour getting to the payoff wasn't that good. I think it'll resonate with us more. At least it does with me. And again, I leave it up to you guys in the comments to discuss that. But I really liked the movie. The action was fantastic. The fighting was fantastic. The plot of the movie was good because it was simple enough where it lent itself to a lot of twists and turns, which I thought were great. And there's a few unexpected things in there. A few, they use some of the cliches, but I think they use it to a really good advantage. And the ending blows away any cliche, which I'm really glad that I'm sitting here saying that because I really was not expecting it to do that. But I'm really glad that it did. I don't know what else to say about the movie. It was really good, and I really hope that you guys go watch it and form your own opinion. But it's definitely one, like I said, if you sit through it, I think the payoff will be something that you would think that sitting the runtime of the movie was worth. I don't know if I made myself clear. What I meant was, let me go back. What I meant was, if you sit through this movie, I think the payoff will be payoff enough to justify you having sat there for the movie's runtime. I think that was better. But yeah, I think you should go see this movie. I had trouble finding it in my area because, you know, all the movies now with Moana and Allied and all this stuff, which I'm hopefully going to see. Made Jack Reacher a little bit hard to find because it's been out for a little while, and I understand that. But I wanted to go see it. I wanted to form my own opinion, especially now, you know, the attention's kind of died down for it. I just wanted to go see it and form my own opinion. I really hope that you guys do the same. I really left the theater satisfied more than most. So I'm really glad that I went to go see it. And I'm really looking forward to the movies that are coming out in December. Assassin's Creed, Star Wars, Rogue One, a Star Wars story, whatever. I'm really looking forward to those. And I probably will review them. But that's all I have to say about Jack Reacher. Never Go Back. Go and check it out. I really, really recommend that you go and check it out. But this has been Movie Critic Rob with the Movie Channel, and I am signing off.